Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to show you here we go. Okay, I refilled this one, but when my husband bought this, he paid about $5 for this tiny little jar of smoked salt. If you want to buy smoked salt online, depending what kind of wood it is, it could range, a small bottle like this can range from $5 all the way up to $10 and some even more. Don't ask me why, especially if it's a Himalayan salt. Obviously you're going to end up paying a little more, and it is a coarse salt, so that again, the price is up. But I can show you how you can make, sorry about that. I'm going to show you how you can make this at home and not expensive at all. So here we go. I made a batch this morning, and this is cherry wood, and we're going to make a homemade smoker. Now a lot of people say, oh my god, I don't have a smoker, so how am I going to make salt without a smoker? I'll show you the one. Here again is the one that I use, and again, see how little you need of the wood. You really don't need that much of the wood chip. About a tablespoon will do it. And I am going to put this aside and show you how you can make your own out of an old pot that you have at home. This is an old wok type pot that I use to cook my seitan in, and it has a glass lid on top, but here it is. Here's my salt. Now this isn't Himalayan. I'm just using coarse sea salt for now to show you. And I'll show you what I did. I made a small aluminum ring. Now this ring here, you're going to reuse over and over again. So it's just so you can rest something on top. There's the wood chips that I'm putting smack in the middle. Now again, if you want, you could use a little bit of aluminum paper so it doesn't dirty your pot, and I'll show you. We're just going to move this aside, and I'm just going to dump this out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take all of this and just put it over some aluminum paper that I have. And this way you don't dirty your pot. And it's just easier to dump it rather than trying to clean the bottom all the time. So here we go. It's an old, as you can tell, it's an old pot. I used to do my seitan in here, but here we go. Here's the wood chips. I'm going to place the wood chips right on top. Make a little mound where you could sprinkle it around. And then we're going to put our ring on top. And what this does is gives you the ability to put some kind of tray. Now I didn't have a small rack, so I took an old one of those flat trays that are about maybe ½ inch high, and it's just something that you would normally put out on the barbecue when you're putting some vegetables aside on the barbecue. And I just kind of cut it out and made it to the shape of my my pot. And then again, to make life easy for me, I made a little pouch where I put my salt in, and we're just going to close it off with our lid, and we're going to put this, sorry for the shakies guys, and we're going to put this on the burner on high. And I'm going to take you over to the burner and show you. Okay, so here we are, and I'm just going to show you how fast those wood chips start smoking up. Now what you want to do is you want to be able to smoke this for, I would say, at least 10 to 15 minutes. What I normally do is I let it go. Once I see it start smoking, that means the wood already caught, and you really don't need to keep it on high. So what I do is I let it go for a couple of minutes, and then I turn off the burner and I just let those embers smoke the salt, and then I keep it closed until my pot gets cold. So I'm just going to show you how fast this really works. And it doesn't take long till the whole pot is going to be encased with smoke. And that is how simple it really is to smoke anything. And like I said, if you have an old pot that you don't mind, because it will get funky on you, it's going to start getting the, it's going to smell of smoke. It's going to basically you won't be able to use this pot. If you're willing to use, notice how it's starting to smoke up already. Look at that. It's going to start encasing itself. Maybe I should put it right on the burner with smoke, and it's going to give that salt, whatever flavor you're going to smoke, use as smoke. Whatever wood chip you're going to use, that's what's going to, that's what the salt is going to pick up. Now, it's not just salt that you can smoke. You can smoke some seitan. You can smoke tofu. So it really is easy. If you can't afford to go out and buy yourself a smoker, just make your own. There's so many ways that you can do it. There. I'm not sure if you can see the smoke is already encasing the inside of my pot. You see it? And that's going to keep all the flavors inside your pot. So there you go, guys. It really isn't hard. And I'm going to show you what the salt looks like once it's done. So I'm going to let this go on high for a few minutes, and then I'm just going to lower, because that means the wood already picked up all, turned into ambers. And you can actually hear the wood crackling inside. And I'm just going to let it smoke for at least 10-15 minutes. Or better yet, just let it smoke until your pot gets cold. And then you can transfer it into a container where it's going to keep the flavors. But again, really simple. There's so many ways of doing this. And you really don't have to go out and spend that money. I was lucky. I got mine for... it was about 30, it was Canadian. So anyhow, I paid under $40. Now you can get a smoker for $40. If you don't want to do this and you don't have a pot that you want to destroy, do get yourself a smoker. I'm going to put a link for you where if you want to go out and buy, you could just go on that link and you can pick up a smoker there. But some of them are pretty expensive. I was really lucky when I found that one smoker. Notice the salt is getting darker. That means it's getting encased in smoke. So yeah, very simple. You could create your own smoke without having to spend money. You could even do this outside on the barbecue. It really is up to you, but it's so convenient with the winter. If you want to smoke something, you just do it over your stove. Just makes life a lot easier for everyone. But there you go, guys. Simple, 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 and you get a free smoker out of an old pot that you would normally want to throw away anyhow. Okay, so we're back. I'm just going to show you. Now you see why I say make sure that it's a pot that you don't mind destroying, because the lid, I'm not sure if you could tell, it's all sticky. So if you don't mind destroying a pot, there you go. You got yourself a homemade smoker. And look at this salt. Isn't that beautiful? So that's how simple it is, guys. Now you're going to take this salt and put it in a pretty jar, and you have fantastic smoke tasting salt that you could put on baked beans. You could put it on sliced tomatoes, and it just gives you that flavor that you've been cooking over a wood stove or outside on a campfire. So I hope you like this little tip on how to make a smoker out of an old pot. And there's your ring that you can still keep. You keep these, and here's the wood chips that you're just going to basically put into compost. And we didn't even dirty the bottom of the pot. So there you go. Just a little tip on how to do it. You've got yourself a smoker where you can smoke tofu. And this is a wok. Sorry, before I drop all this salt. This is shaped like a wok, so it's nice and high and deep, so you can actually put a block of tofu right on here, and you can smoke that also. So I hope you like this recipe, guys, and I'll see you in my next one.